So yesterday we started discussing about one very important substitution reaction, which is nucleophilic aromatic substitution. This type of a nucleophilic aromatic substitution is seen when you have some withdrawing group present on benzene, like halides for instance. How does this reaction work? The nucleophile will first attack on the key carbon. This is the key carbon where delta positive is already present on it. Then first an addition will take place. So nucleophile will get added, creating an carb anion. This carb anion will undergo resonance stabilization throughout the ring here. Due to that resonance stabilization, we will get an intermediate here. So this intermediate is called Meitner-Hammer complex. So this Meitner-Hammer complex, in fact, formation of this Meitner-Hammer complex is the rate determining step. So more stable the complex is, faster the reaction will be. And you can see once we have this Meitner-Hammer complex, the second step is after the complete resonance which is taking place, slowly you would see this X also gets departed, but this step is relatively faster than the first step. So aromaticity is retained and X minus will leave, thereby nucleophile gets substituted. On a whole, first there is an addition step happening, then an elimination step happening. That's why it is also an SNAE type of a method where the mechanism is happening through SNAE. The evidence of Meitner-Hammer complex was identified by taking OMe with strongly withdrawing groups attached in ortho and para positions. When OMe was treated with EOT minus, okay, this methoxy group was replaced by ethoxy group by by forming an intermediate which is a Meitner-Hammer complex salt. So this type of a salt was evident even if you start with this or even if you start with this, which in fact gives an evidence that there must be some kind of a intermediate which is forming, which is trying to stabilize this addition product. So this was the evidence which was seen, and I hope you understood what are the steps involved. The most important step, which is the first step, which tells us that the stability of this Meitner-Hammer complex will decide the rate. The stronger, more stable the Meitner-Hammer complex, more faster will be the rate of this reaction. Okay, so continuing from there, let us see how this would help us understand much more details about Meitner-Hammer complex here. Suppose if at all I have to identify the reactivity of this following compounds, where we have a chlorine here which is chlorobenzene with NO2 on the meta position, and with chlorine NO2 and para position, and NO2 on ortho position. Okay. It was found that the rate of ARSN2 for this is meta, para and ortho, was found to be ortho greater than para greater than meta. Why this rate has been more for ortho than para and meta? Let us try to understand that here. We will draw the Meitner-Hammer complex for all of this. See, point is a nucleophile will come, attack here, right? And that gives a negative charge here. Got it? Now this negative charge will keep moving around different positions here, this way, and the negative charge will come on this ortho position. But negative charge is not coming on carbon which is connected to NO2. Okay, so here NO2 is only influencing its minus I effect, and it is also trying to stabilize that group, but only by minus I effect. Okay, So on the ring, negative charge is being stabilized by NO2 simply by minus I effect. Okay. But if you see para and ortho, in both the cases here, what we will see that, suppose if at all I start with para case, we have nucleophile, chlorine coming, negative charge would come here this way with NO2 present here, and that NO2, if double bond moves here and we have N double bond O, O minus plus, so this negative charge will come here also, and further resonance will also take place because this negative will try to make a double bond formation here, right? And O minus can move, oxygen can move as O minus here, so we'll have N O minus, O minus with double bond here, double bond N and Cl. So oxygen getting negative charge, this is going to be more stable as compared to the earlier complexes, yeah, earlier intermediates which we have drawn. So it is in a way increasing its stability by acting its minus M effect as well as minus I effect. So at para position you can see minus M and minus I both are favorable. And same case comes with ortho position also, because if you keep it at ortho position, I'm directly writing the intermediate here. So we will have double bond here, N, double bond O, O minus plus here, nitrogen with plus charge. Yeah. So this minus will give resonance stabilization here. Thereby you could see that we will have nucleophile, chlorine, double bond N with O minus plus charge this way. So you could see on ortho position also we can have minus I as well as minus M effect seen by NO2 group, which means any withdrawing group which is present on meta position will only execute its minus I effect to stabilize the Mason-Hammer complex. While if you keep those withdrawing groups at para position or ortho position, both minus I and minus M will help to increase the stability of the Mason-Hammer complex. Now, if you compare ortho and para position only, then the minus effect of ortho is obviously more dominant than the minus effect of para, because NO2 is more closer towards this group as compared to that of NO2, which is slightly far away from this group. Okay. So delta positive would be more in ortho as compared to that of para. So the reactivity, the rate of ortho would be more than that of para. Okay. So from now onwards, you just need to check if you have ortho para substituted withdrawing groups, definitely the rate will increase. If it is on the if it is on the meta position, rate would increase, but it would be not as good as that of ortho and para. Okay, please make a note of this, and I'll write those statements. See, in conclusion, what I can say, if we have this reaction set, let me write 3 reaction sets here. If we have chlorobenzene with only one nitro group on it, it is observed that experimentally, if we take aqueous NaHCO3 at around 130 degrees centigrade, then this reaction will have OH being replaced, Cl is replaced by OH, because there is one NO2 group. Suppose if you have two NO2 groups here, Cl with NO2 here and NO2 at para position also. So the presence of NaHCO3 at around aqueous at around 100 degrees centigrade, the reaction is seen. So which means the reaction is becoming faster, or even at low temperature the reaction is happening. Okay. So if you have all 3 NO2 groups on ortho and para this way, then at around 35 degrees only, at around 35 degrees only, we would be able to see that Cl will get replaced by OH, OH, NO2, NO2 and NO2. Okay. So this is like a derivative of picric acid. So that's why it is called picryl chloride, right? Which is becoming a picric acid. Which is becoming a picric acid. I hope you guys understood that. So the reason is pretty simple. Their Meitner-Hammer complex is becoming more stable as you have more amount of electron withdrawing groups like NO2. So the rate of the reaction will increase in case if we have more stabilizing factors for Meitner-Hammer complex. This is with respect to different electron withdrawing groups attached. But suppose instead of electron withdrawing groups, if we have different leaving groups this time, just like all different types of halides. Okay, so if we have different leaving groups, for instance, if I want to check out the reactivity of fluorine paranitrofluorobenzene and similarly chlorobenzene, bromobenzene and iodobenzene. If you have to compare the rate of these four, we call this as 1, 2, 3 and 4. It has been found that the rate of 1 is being greater than 2, then 3, then 4. Okay. Why this is happening? You see in the Meitner-Hammer complex, we will get this, let me put this as halide, this is a nucleophile and we will get this kind of a complex, right? Now in here, if you have a very strong electron withdrawing group, now the only deciding factor is this halide, correct? If this halide is of more electronegative and it can give stronger minus A effect because this is an sp3 carbon, please mind you that this is sp3 carbon, so there is no resonance effect happening on that. So the only way that carbon can increase the stability is by operating more minus A effect. So the more minus A effect depends upon which is a stronger X group here. So if you see, minus A effect would be stronger when it comes to fluorine compared to that of chlorine, bromine and iodine. And if you recall, in the rate determining step, which is the first step, there is no bond breaking, correct? So here it doesn't matter whether this bond is stronger or weaker because that is happening in the fast step. So the entire stability of a complex depends only on the minus A effect given by this X. Since fluorine is giving better minus A effect, the reactivity for fluorine will be better than iodine. Okay. So therefore, stability of carbanion will also be more in the case of first, second, third and fourth. Therefore, the rate of ARSN2 would be 1 greater than 2 greater than 3 greater than 4. This is what you would see. Okay. Make a note of that and we'll write few examples. You just have to identify which of them is a strong withdrawing group here in terms of stabilizing Meitner-Hammer complex. Now if you see between fluorine and chlorine, in this case always fluorine can leave better than chlorine. Okay, remember this is the only case where you are seeing the fluorine can leave better than chlorine. Not that the leaving group tendency of fluorine is more, but fact is it is stabilizing the Meitner-Hammer complex better than chlorine. So that's why the product has to be ORCl and this will be the product. Now in the second case, observe here carefully. Now although fluorine is better leaving group compared to that of chlorine in this case, but the problem is NO2 is ortho to chlorine but meta to fluorine. So NO2 can help by minus I as well as minus M, but that help will be for Mason hammer formed because of this chlorine, not because of fluorine. Only in such cases, where some strong withdrawing group like NO2 are helping your Mason hammer complex, then chlorine will relieve. So we'll have SH and NO2. Okay. And unless, see, you may have lot of permutations, but unless we do not have the experimental data, we should not comment on other questions. This is experimentally observed that chlorine is been replaced by SH. Got that? Next one, the minute if you have any electron donating groups, right, the rate reaction will become very slow and hardly you would see reaction proceeding. Any electron donating species attached, they will cease the reaction and does not make this reaction to go through ArSN2 at all. Okay. So if you have OCH3, if you have OH, if you have NH2, CH3, these are all donating groups. So any electron donating groups towards benzene will only decrease this reactivity and hardly you would see any reaction taking place. Last case you can see with respect to fluorine iodine, NO2 is withdrawing group but attached at meta position, and at meta position it will only operate minus I effect. But for fluorine and iodine it is at equal distance, so the only possible thing we can imagine is that fluorine is replaced with O, C double bond O, CH3, this will get substituted, iodine would be here and NO2. So this will be the product formation. So that was the first type of mechanism which we learned, which is ArSN2 kind, right? Now we will see ArSN1 type. So in short, this is also SNAR only, but this is going towards the route of SN1 kind, which means there must be some kind of a formation of carbocation. Right, this is observed with benzene diazonium salts. So just to revise once again, suppose if you have any primary amine that includes aniline also, this if you treat with NaNO2 in the presence of HCl, we will get diazonium salts, is N2 plus and Cl minus. Just to remind you once again with the mechanism, this mechanism is called diazotization. So during diazotization, we use NaNO2 added to HCl to prepare interim HNO2, okay, in situ, as in just before the start of the reaction we are preparing that. So once you have HNO2 in the presence of HCl, the lone pair on this will attack here, so it would become this group which leave away this H2O and increase the availability of NO plus, and this NO plus is the one which will act like an electrophile. And I told you that whether it is an alkyl or aryl, any of this primary amine on treatment with N double bond O plus. Okay, so this is all the first step. Second step, so we would get RN triple bond N plus. Last to last class I've already given you the complete mechanism how it goes, so I'm directly writing the result here, that how it gets to the diazonium salt. So this entire thing will exist as plus and Cl minus. So this is the diazonium salt, right? If this diazonium salt, okay, now this is where we are starting with, if this diazonium salt is of benzene, which is N triple bond N plus and Cl minus, this is called benzene diazonium salt. benzene diazonium salt, right? And since this salt is chloride, it is usually written as chloride. So the industrial name for this is BDC, benzene diazonium chloride. Now benzene diazonium chloride, see, unlike alkyl groups, it is stable, you know, below 5 degrees centigrade. So why it is being stable? Okay, first of all, you start writing this. So you see in benzene diazonium salt, we will have this group with N, triple bond N plus. So these pi electrons will help to keep it in resonance stabilization. Although that resonance is relatively very weak here, sorry, plus and minus, but still that will keep it stable below 5 degrees centigrade. But now usually during the reactions, that is, if we check out the reactivity of benzene diazonium salt here, what we can say that if you are operating just around 5 degrees also or above 5 degrees also, what we will observe, N triple bond N plus, this would slowly give away that N2 and start forming phenyl carbocation. We know that phenyl carbocation is very unstable form. Nucleophile will instantly attack on that, and we would get Nu being attached here with N2 gas coming out. This is the overall reaction that would take place. Well, there is a certain evidence of carbocation formation, you know, if you see evidence of carbocation formation, it has been observed that if we take benzene diazonium salt here, the N triple bond N plus, suppose if at all I take this is an isotopic nitrogen 15 that is. So this will always exist in equilibrium with N triple bond N plus, with this being N15 now. Okay. Now this can be understood by the equilibrium where I can say that this diazonium salt is becoming a carbocation and making both nitrogens equally available to attack. Okay, so both these nitrogens are equally available, so that this carbocation can attack. So it could attack from this end, it could attack from this end, and that's how it will always keep this equilibrium. So this was the evidence identified through NMR spectrography that yes, there is an existence of carbocation. Also, although phenyl is a very unstable carbocation, in this case you will definitely see that evidence. Right. So once you have this diazonium salt formation, right, we can see many reactions happening on them. Okay. So let me give few examples for the same. Sample number 1. So if you have N2Cl BDC, benzene diazonium chloride, you treat that with water. Water will act as the nucleophile, attacks there, and thereby we will have the formation of phenol. And you could imagine the mechanism is happening by ARSN1 kind of a route. Okay, this will come as HCl. Right, this is what will happen. Same way, if we check out N2Cl, benzene diazonium salt, treating with Na plus BF4 minus. See, bringing F minus to benzene is very difficult, but this benzene diazonium salt can bring it very easily. Okay, just heating at around room temperature only, you would see fluorine will get substituted, N2 will leave, will have NaCl formation, BF3 and N2. This reaction has a name. This is called Boltzmann reaction. Idea is F minus is attacking that carbocation which is forming. Keep writing, guys. Third reaction of benzene diazonium salt, here N2Cl, is if you treat with CuX, okay, this is CuX in the presence of HX, and here X could be chlorine, bromine, right, and cyanide, anything, CuCN, CuCl, CuBr, anything of that sort. We can get that replaced. X will be replaced here with N2. HX we will always choose such a way that it is same as that of X. If you are using CuCl, we will usually use HCl. Okay, this mechanism is called Sandmeyer's. This is Sandmeyer's reaction. Everyone keep writing. See, the mechanism in Sandmeyer's is slightly different than what we observe. First, definitely there is a carbocation formation here, right? We have N2Cl, where we can see a carbocation is forming here, right? But the minute we have carbocation formation, on the other hand, what you will observe, this CuX will, in the presence of HX, it is observed to form CuX2 and releases this electron, okay, and this single electron is found to attack this carbocation and becomes a radical here. Got it? Then radical again reacts with CuX2 to retain back this CuX, and X gets replaced on that. This X gets replaced. So this is what has been observed here. Got it? And this again mechanism is not usually asked how the steps are taking place, but this has been asked once, that what type of a mechanism that would happen. It is called single electron transfer, SET as in single electron transfer. So this mechanism type is single electron transfer, where on the carbocation a single electron draws, a radical is formed. So questions could be asked like this, in an options, whether there is a radical formation observed, right, whether there is a single electron transfer happening. So you can see this is how X get formed here. So whether it is an halide like chlorine, bromine or cyanide, in all of these cases you would see this reaction works. It's called Sandmeyer's reaction. Everyone make a note. Next reaction with fourth reaction is diazonium salt reaction with Ki and heat. Normally when it comes to iodide, we do not need any other reagent. Directly if we can use Ki, that is sufficient enough that I minus will attack on it, and I minus will replace that N2 and KCl will be formed here. Okay. In NCERT it is written like, if you shake the diazonium chloride solution with Ki, you will get iodobenzene. Okay. So it's that simple reaction. Last one, if you see N2Cl, which is on treating with CuXHX, okay, CuXHX, where X is chlorine and bromine, right, sorry, Cu, copper dust, okay. If we take copper dust in HX with Cl and Br, here the same reaction just like Sandmeyer will take place and X will be replaced here. So this reaction is called Gattermann reaction. The only difference between Sandmeyer's and Gattermann is that in Sandmeyer we are taking the salt, in Gattermann we are taking the dust, copper dust. So you could remember it that way. And Sandmeyer usually is very useful even for cyanides. Gattermann not much used for cyanides. It is mostly used for chlorides and bromides. So this is about how the aryl halides are usually prepared. Okay, you can see that there are two types of mechanisms which we have studied so far, right? So one is about how the ARSN1 works, ARSN2 works, right? Now the next important mechanism we will be studying is a benzene mechanism. Benzene mechanism. So in the benzene mechanism, if I write the overall reaction, see if I take chlorine and let's say this carbon is isotopic carbon, and on this we have treated with NaNH2, which is a strong base. Sodamide is a strong base which is added in ammonia, and the reaction is happening at a very low temperature, minus 33 degrees centigrade. What has been found that there are three products coming here. One is NH2 here, this isotopic carbon is there, and the other NH2 is here where isotopic carbon is present, and the other product which we are seeing, Z isotopic product is here and NH2 formation is here, correct? See, now observe it carefully everyone. This carbon, this is a key carbon, right? If the nucleophile gets attached on the key carbon, on the same product, on the same position, we call it as ipso product, right? This is called ipso product, okay? But if the NH2 group, instead of attaching, that means nucleophile, instead of attacking on the key carbon, if it is attacking on the adjacent carbon, you see this was the key carbon, now this is adjacent carbon, right? If it is attacking on the adjacent carbon, these are called, sine products, CINE sine. So these are sine products. So three products are observed, right? So when you have an isotopic carbon present, so three different products are observed here. Now out of which, if you observe, the major product has been ipso product. Now how we can judge about that? See, first of all, you can think this way. If you see the mechanism, you will be able to justify that better. First, what I'll do, I'll label all of these three so that we can come back and see which is major, okay? So then I'll start with mechanism first. Start writing along with me. What is benzene mechanism? Overall reaction is, if you take chloro, it is the same thing happens with bromine also, iodine also, but chlorine is most practically observed. So chlorobenzene, when you treat with sodamide in the presence of ammonia, we'll see this reaction. Right. So what it is, this chlorine, I'm writing it here so that I can show the hydrogen easier. This was the isotopic carbon. NH2 minus acts as a base and attacks this carbon, the hydrogen, taking away that proton, and minus charge will get accumulated on that carbon. So now we will have this minus charge on this carbon, we will have minus charge, and chlorine would come across this, okay? Think more like E1CB mechanism. First carb anion is forming, and then Cl minus will leave from here, Cl minus will leave from there, and as Cl minus leaves, this would become a triple bond here, like this, with this carbon still being isotopic, Cl minus. So this intermediate which is formed is what we call it as the benzene. So usually benzene will have this aromatic compound, except that pi bond is formed between this sp2 hybridized orbitals. So there is a pi bond formation between these two. Okay, so that's how we are showcasing that this is a complete benzene, but then this outermost pi bond which is formed is between two hybridized orbitals, sp2 and sp2. So if you consider the inside pi bond and outside pi bond is relatively weaker. Okay, so this is how the benzene is. We will see the evidence of benzene also, but as of now there is this intermediate which is a benzene formation is observed. Okay, now once you have benzene, once you have this benzene formation, this is about step 1. Let us see step 2. So we have this triple bond formation here. Now NH2 minus will attack here, and again a carb anion is formed, because NH2 minus is a strong nucleophile as well, so that would attack here and you will get carb anion here, and this carbon is still isotopic. Then from NH3, from ammonia, because it is in liquid ammonia, it will extract the proton, and we would get NH2 and hydrogen getting added here, right? So what is the product that we have retained? Wherever the chlorine has left, we have attached that NH2 from the same side. So this is the ipso product. This is the ipso product which you will get, right? In the same step, right, it could have so happened that the same benzene might have been attacked from the isotopic carbon side, from this side, right? So this NH2 minus could have attacked from this side, so this pi bond would have moved as negative charge to the other carbon, so you'll get this minus charge here, NH2 with isotopic carbon, and then again on treatment with NH3 it will extract that proton, and this time isotopic carbon is here. So what type of a product is this? This is the cyan product. This is the cyan product. Now two products we are able to understand that, because see, NH2 could have attacked from here and it could have attacked from here. The chances are 50-50%. So there is no issue with that. But how about this third product which we are seeing? How this third product is coming? See, point is, according to the kinetic idea, that this is not just the resonating form which you can think about, right? So this is same, this would have same energy with that of this canonical as well. Okay, so this canonical will also have the same energy. So whatever the chances of this undergoing to form benzene will be the same chances for this to undergo and form benzene here. So we can take this as the now we can take, we put it as third step here, we can take this canonical also and make the reaction. So how does the reaction happen here? So NH2 minus will take away this proton as a base. As it takes away, you will get a carb anion on this side, so I'll get minus sign here. Cl, see, isotopic carbon is on this side now. Cl will leave here by making a benzene formation. This is how you'll get benzene formation. Yeah, once you get this benzene formation, right, so fourth step is again attacking on this benzene formation by NH2. So first NH2 could attack on this side, right? This is how it is. So if it attacks here, we can see carb anion is forming on left hand side here, NH2 gets attached on the ipso side, and then in the presence of NH3 we can see NH2 double bond and this. So what we got is an ipso product. Check this out, we got ipso product here, but at the same time this NH2 could have attacked from the other end also. So NH2 minus could attack from this side also. So we will have NH2 double bond with carb anion, which will extract the proton from liquid ammonia. Thereby we will have this cyan product. So what you would see in both the canonicals, the chances of both the canonicals are equal, right? But ipso product is coming more, right? In both the cases you can see in mechanism 1 or mechanism 2, I mean in the first set of mechanism, second set of mechanism where we took two canonicals, ipso product is coming twice, cyan product is coming on both different sides, correct? So that's why I can say if you check out the major product, okay, out of A, B, C, if you check out, we can say that A would be more as compared to that of B and C. B and C would be same. Please make a note of this, everyone.
Sir, why NH2 attacks on triple bonded
Why
H3
NH2 attacks on?
that
Okay. This is an highly unstable intermediate beta. The lifetime of benzene is very, very less, and it is highly unstable because of this orbital present with it. Okay. This is almost like an empty orbital. So as soon as the NH2 appears, you would see an electromeric effect happens, and this electron will rush onto this side, leaving behind this pi orbital, correct? So you would find an empty orbital where NH2 will attack the same sp2 hybridized orbital, okay? So in the presence of a nucleophile, the electrons will get rearranged. This is called an electromeric effect, if you remember. One very important point that you need to remember in this is there is carb anion forming twice. Okay, that really helps to understand the regioselectivity. Ipso is A beta, ipso is A, and
Yes.
both the sign products are B and C. Okay.
Okay.
If there is no influence from the other group, because it is just a benzene group, right? Unless there is no attachment of any other group, ipso will always come as major. So we shall go ahead now. So like I said, one very important thing to note here, because this is going to help us understand the regioselectivity. The benzene mechanism involves formation of carb anion twice. Okay, two times we have carb anion formation. Right. Now let us understand how benzene mechanism works on substituted halobenzenes. If I take substituted halobenzenes, what would happen? First, let me write the statement. When substituted halobenzenes undergo benzene substitution, the negative charge or the carb anion which is forming must be formed as far away as it can, as far away as it can, if sorry as far away as it can from plus I groups, plus I showing groups, and as close as possible, as close as it can to minus I groups, as close as it can to minus I groups. Okay, another important note, carb anions formed during benzene are not stabilized or destabilized due to resonance. So there is no influence of resonance whatsoever here on that negative charge which is forming. It is only the inductive effect which will showcase that. Let me show you how. First write this statement, then we'll go ahead. Okay, right. See, if you have this compound here, Z is some substituted group, X is halogen. So this is the halogen group. We know that it could be having these two canonical structures, these Kekulé structures. In this, if it goes through benzene mechanism, like in the presence of NH2 minus and NH3, we expect that it should go for benzene mechanism. See, problem is here there is already some Z group, so there is no hydrogen there. So hydrogen has to extract from this end only, correct? So there is not much of a use of this canonical here, correct? Which does not explain the benzene part of it. So the first canonical will explain that benzene form, and this is how the benzene formation is. This is where the benzene formation is. Once you have this benzene formation here, check this. So we can have this X from this benzene, sorry, if you have NH2 minus and NH3 reaction, so we can say that we can have NH2 here, or we can have another product which is NH2 here. These are the two products which we can expect. Depending upon Z, if Z is showing minus I effect, let's say if Z is showing plus I effect, got it, then this would be the major part. If Z is showing minus I effect, then this would be the major. Okay, so if there is any Z which is showing minus I effect, you can see where the NH2 is coming. If Z is showing plus I effect, where it would come. Let me explain you how. Suppose if I take the same thing here, Z, right, and benzene formation is here, and if Z is giving plus I effect, imagine NH2 minus is coming and it could attack on this side or it could attack on this side. It will preferably attack on the side, where carb anion is far away from it, because that Z is also showing plus I, so that will destabilize the further forming carb anion. Okay, so you can see that Z, if minus charge comes here and NH2 is coming here, now because this is giving plus I effect, it will destabilize this. So this is going to be a minor formation here. But if NH2 gets attached on this side and minus charge comes here, because Z is a plus I group, so that will stabilize that. So you would see major product would be on this side. So further reaction is easy, you know that what happens after that. Ammonia, if it reacts with ammonia, hydrogen will get replaced up to there. Okay, so I guess it is clear on orthokind. So let me write it as the first one, where we are seeing on ortho substituted halobenzenes. which should be the major product. Can you understand one important concept here? When you have ortho kind, we can have only one kind of benzene. We can't have two types of benzenes. Yeah, there is only one benzene intermediate that can be formed. Now I am taking the meta case where Z is here, chlorine is here. Now you can see there are two types of benzenes we can get, because this would be in resonance stabilized with the other kinetic product here, which will be like this, right? So both are equal probable. So we will possibly get two types of benzenes here. So we might get this benzene and we might get this benzene. These two benzenes are possible. Now tell me which one will be the major benzene here, because when chlorine is leaving, right? So if the chlorine has to leave, you know there are two type carbanions forming two times, right? First, if NH2 removes from here, minus charge will come here. In here, minus charge will come here, and it depends upon what is Z here, correct? So if Z is here, I'll write if Z is minus I effect, if Z is showing minus I effect, then this will be major, correct? Here, if Z is showing plus I effect, then this will be major. Okay. I hope you guys understood that. You can see that carb anion, where is it forming? Okay, let me show the carb anions also, maybe that should make it more clear. So in this case, carb anion is forming here, the first kind, and the second kind carb anion is forming here, right? Chlorine is here, chlorine is here. So imagine if this Z is minus I, then it will stabilize this carb anion. But if it is plus I, it will destabilize this carb anion. Here, if Z is minus I, right? If Z is minus I, it will destabilize because it is far away. If Z is plus I, then it will stabilize because it is minus I is far away. So the plus I will always encourage that. So depending upon what you will get, you can have to imagine the same way which will be major product. Our concern is only about major product, because you can definitely have some minor products, but our concern is which is being major. Okay, so I guess you understood which is major here. Third case, let's see if we have para position here, chlorine. This would also have another resonating form here, so which is double bond this side and chlorine. In this case also we can have two kinds of benzenes here. So one benzene would be formed on this side with chlorine here. The other benzene would be on this side, chlorine here. Correct? So in this case, what you would observe, both of them are quite equal, right? Because both the sides, the carb anion is only forming on this side. So you can see it is coming from carb anion formation on this side, chlorine and Z, and both of them are at equal distance. So the probability of these two forming is exactly same, carb anion. So this would be same. Okay. So only problem comes, you have to choose major or minor in the case of meta, but otherwise you can see in case of para, this would be formed. Now this is still carb anion in the first step, remember. Now again NH2 has to attack, then you can see the major and minor product forming. Okay, so which means in this case, suppose in the third case, if, because it has two possibilities now, Z is here and this is a benzene formation, chlorine, or this is a benzene formation, this is a benzene formation, chlorine. Now imagine After removal of this CH2, sorry, there is no chlorine here. Yeah. Now NH2 minus, if it is attacking, it could attack from this direction, it could attack from this direction. This time again it depends upon whether this NH2 is giving plus I effect or minus I effect. So let us imagine here this Z is giving minus I, this Z is giving plus I. So which will be major? See, in this case, when minus I is there, we will try to approach NH2 from which direction? From this direction, so that carb anion is formed on here, on this direction. So if NH2 will attack here, carb anion will form here, which will stabilize because it is a minus I effect. Okay. So what major product we will get is that NH2 getting attached here, right? And carb anion is forming here, and this is what you will get. In the second case, if you have plus I effect being given by Z, if NH2 minus attacks here, carb anion can be formed here. So we will carry through this route and not this route. Okay. So thereby we will get carb anion formation here and NH2 would be here, right, and Z. And after this you will see the product formation. What you can get is NH2 in the presence of NH3 here, so that proton is proton will come back on that, and eventually we will have this product Z NH2, sorry, Z and NH2. This is the major product. So in which case what major product comes, you have to be very careful with. Okay. So there are two times the carb anion is forming, so that's why you need to be very careful. First carb anion where we should form, and second carb anion where we should form. Okay. Accordingly you have to check. So in the case of para only, you will get the same kind of a carb anion. So it would be decided on the basis of the nucleophile where it is attacking. Okay. Make a note, we'll do 2-3 questions on that. Right. So we'll take two cases and write the major product in both the cases. Okay. Find major products. The following. First question, in which first I'll take ortho form, OCH3 Cl NH2 minus NH3. Only write the major product, OCH3 chlorine NH2 minus NH3. OCH3 Cl NH2 minus and NH3. So in these three, write the major product. I would suggest you to practice writing the benzene form first. First of all, decide that Z which is substituted, what does it give? Whether it gives minus effect or plus effect. Keep trying, everyone. So first what I'll do, I will write OCH3. In this case it is pretty clear that benzene will only form here. And another thing which is clear is it is giving a minus I effect. Since it is minus I effect, the negative charge should be close to that. So which is making it clear that the product has to be, NH2 on this end and OCH3 here. So that will be the major product. I hope all of you understood that. Second case, The second case, if you check it out, OCH3 is here, right? Now we'll decide on the first carbanion formation, right? So first carbanion formation, I can say that we can have this as one benzene formation. The other benzene formation is this one. OCH3. So if you can see, the first benzene which is forming here, chlorine was here, right? So the minus charge would have been here. That's how the benzene is formed. Chlorine had been here, so the minus charge had been here. So it is pretty clear that the benzene which is formed in the second case would be major. So I will not drive through this. I will only go through this. Okay. Right. Good. I hope all of you are following this. Right. So next, NH2. This time again NH2 minus will attack on this side, so that the carbanion will be more stable on that other side here. So the final product you will get is OCH3 with NH2 here. So you can see the major product is same one as you got earlier, but this here was a sine product, right? But here this is an ipso product. So I guess you can sort out the difference there. Right. Last one, the benzene formed will be on both the sides would be same here. Benzene would be same on both the sides here. So OCH3, we will have this type of a benzene formation, which is same, either you write it on the right hand side or the left hand side, it is the same thing. And since OCH3 is a withdrawing group, so attack should be on the para position. So NH2 would be here. This is how you will get OCH3. So this will be the major product. Again, what kind of a product is it? Ipso. Everybody understood that? So those who are able to do, please try the next one. This time I am keeping methyl instead of OCH3 with ortho position ones, meta and para. Practice now itself, don't keep it for further time, just instantly think about it and start writing the product. First we will have only one type of an benzene, so it's a very easy form here, right? So NH2 will attack on the same position as where chlorine has left, so it will give an ipso product. Second one, if you check it out, CH3, right? There are two types of benzenes which I can get. This time, because it is a donating species, I will try to make sure benzene formed is this side. This side benzene formation will be more stable benzene, right? Once you get this form here, now NH2 minus will attack on this side, so that the carbanion is as far away as possible. So the final product would be NH2 here. The last case, only one type of a benzene formation, and this is a donating species, so carbanion should be as far away as possible, so NH2 would be attacking here. So these three what I have written are the major products only. Okay. Now this is also an ipso substitution, while this is a sine substitution.